But I'll find you. If I have to endure 200 years of purgatory, 200 years without you, then that's my punishment. Welcome back, Outlanders. We have great news for you. Outlander Season 7 has been officially confirmed, so stay with us until the end and find out what the future holds for our favorite show. Now let's dive in with a short recap. Now, when we have 6 seasons in, no one could make the argument that Outlander is lacking in significant stakes and adventure. When you take in mind that Season 5 was dominated throughout by a traumatic ordeal for Claire, death for one major character, and almost deadly circumstances for another, then it's not a surprise that Season 6 takes an almost necessary step back. With Fraser's Ridge largely serving as the backdrop for Jamie and Claire, Season 6 went in a slightly different direction. Outlander's latest batch of episodes is narratively treading water. At least it felt that way at some point, but we must agree that there's something more comforting about 6-season drama being mostly about the interpersonal conflicts between the most important characters and established neighborly tiffs rather than an external force swooping in to inflict more horrors.
This woman is no witch, but I am.
Luckily, Jamie and Claire are as strong as they've ever been, and the show takes time to remind us that these are two people ridiculously attracted to each other too, and not only madly in love with one another. Because of the emotional intimacy they portray, several scenes dedicated to their physical relationship are valuable, and on the other hand, the casual affection between the Frasers feels natural and instinctive, because Heughan and Balfe have been doing this for so long. Even though several supporting cast members got some of the most major emotional beats, in Season 6 almost everything happens in and around Fraser's Ridge. We finally know what's the backstory of Jamie's time with the Mohawk tribe and his nephew Ian, with the wrinkle effects of that past taking into the present as Jamie navigates his new title as a go-between with the local Cherokee tribe and the British armies. As she tries to come up with basic scientific inventions, Brianna is much more adrift, by comparison, bringing the concept of matches into the 18th century, while Roger stumbles into a new position as the Ridge's minister. And the most complicated couple is Marsali and Fergus. And we'll stop here. Let's not kill the joy completely, and we'll give you a chance to rewatch Season 6 before you jump into the next one. Season 6 reached its expectations, but it took a rickety 8-episode ride to get there. Yes, it plunged the fans into another Outlander. The time-traveling fantasy show, based on the novels by Diana Gabaldon, has entertained audiences and impressed critics for almost a decade. For the last season, the show gained a 91% score from its audience and an 88% overall critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. There's one review that says, even when Outlander ventures into darkness, it still remembers its joyous spirit and finds new ways to make even small moments feel sweeping. And we must agree, it's right. The Season 6 finale had a tall order in terms of fan expectations, but also it didn't really translate the book events exactly to what they are. So the question of both how Claire is gonna hit that like button, just like you should do if you haven't done so already. No, really, the question of both the ways Claire and Jamie are going to prove their innocence and who killed Malva was left unresolved.
I love you. I always will.
That leaves the door open for more stories. Now let's talk about the potential release date. We remember a long 20-month Outlander between the last 2 seasons, but COVID-19 was the reason for it. So we hope that we won't wait that long for Season 7, and we won't. In April 2022, on the official Outlander social media account, there was a photo showing the main cast members on the Scotland set at the start of production. During an exclusive interview with Digital Spy, Outlander boss Ronald Davis confirmed that they had started shooting for Season 7 in May 2022. Davis said that everything is going according to the plan and they're on a fairly typical schedule, while she remained coy about when it may hit our screens. I haven't been told when we'll be airing Season 7, all I know is we're at the beginning of shooting it now. And that's all I can say. I think we're on a fairly typical schedule, but it's a supersized season, said Davis. We don't have an official release date as of yet, but we know that with 16 episodes, the Outlander Season 7 outing is gonna be twice the length of Season 6. Is it early to predict the release date? Well, it's already in production, so we can surely trust Digital Spy when they say that Outlander Season 7 will be released in late 2022, early 2023. Now let's talk about the cast members.
Do you want me to go? No, I don't want you to go.
We already know that this season will focus on the novels A Breath of Snow and Ashes and An Echo in the Bone. Having said that, all the main characters will definitely be back. We'll see Sam Heughan as Jamie Fraser, Caitriona Balfe in the role of Claire Fraser, Richard Rankin portraying Roger Mackenzie, and Sophie Skelton as Brianna Mackenzie. The show won't exclude the amazing John Bell as young Ian, Lauren Lyle as Marsali, and Cesar Domboy as Fergus. We'll see new cast members as well. The show will be richer with the star of Never Let Me Go and The Huntsman, Izzy Mickle-Small, and Joey Phillips. They'll smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. No, really, in all seriousness now, they'll play brother and sister Dr. Denzel Hunter and Rachel Hunter. Fans of the book are already familiar with these characters. They're Quakers who live in a quiet country life until injured William Bramson and young Ian arrive at their farm. Dr. Denzel Hunter, which is a firm believer in liberty, has been trained in medicine in Boston and London, and now he's preparing to join the Revolutionary Army as a surgeon. While Rachel, on the other hand, she's modest but shows flashes of a fiery spirit that attracts both young Ian and William. We're excited to welcome Izzy and Joey to the Outlander family and can't wait for fans to see how these two fantastic actors bring Rachel and Denzel to life, said the showrunner, writer, and executive producer Matthew B. Roberts. But except for these two, Paul Gorman, Chris Larkin, Alexander Vlahos, and Mark Lewis Jones will also be part of this list. And now you're probably wondering, what would Season 7 be about? Season 6 left the door wide open for more. Remember Tom Christie's daughter Malva? Well, Claire is in prison in Wilmington because of that, and she might be put on trial for the murder of Malva. If she's found guilty, you know the sentence. She would be sentenced to be hanged. Meanwhile, Jamie has just been rescued, and with John Quincy Myers and young Ian, he's making a plan for another prison break. So he's en route to rescue her. In Season 1, he already rescued her from Fort William. Season 7 needs to reveal who really did kill Malva, and the most important thing, what does it mean the reappearance of time traveler Wendigo Donner? The Fraser family will face a lot of danger, and the Season 6 finale hinted that pretty well. In this season, we'll watch the Revolutionary War looming ever closer to Fraser's Ridge.
This is Jerry's son, Ian. Ian, this is murder. My godfather.
An Echo in the Bone, Diana Gabaldon's seventh novel, takes place between 1776 and 1778, and just in this period, the Declaration of Independence was signed, while the war itself continued until 1783. Fraser family gets pulled into the war, and fans of the book are well aware that Jamie will find himself on the opposing side to his friend. Brianna announced that she was pregnant with her second child in Season 6, so we can expect the arrival of a new family member. This might lead to big decisions for her and Roger. Anyway, we just really hope to see Season 7 as soon as possible. And what do you think of these scenarios? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.
I really think the Ridge is the best place for him to settle.